Hey guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I'm over here at Reese's house. She's actually not going to join us today because she is at, she's in town with Kaylee. I think they're doing some school shopping. And then I know her husband went to a football game or something today with Jace. And so I told her I would come over and kind of keep an eye on things for her and help out with these puppies. So I went ahead and I cleaned out their box and just fed them, gave them some clean water. That's the water over there. And that's, by the way, that is a lifesaver. That was Reese's idea. She got one and it's been fantastic. Because normally, I mean, they do step in it. I'm not going to say they don't, but look at that structure on pink, on bright pink. Really fantastic. Really fantastic. The structure on this litter is insane. I haven't been here in a while to look at them, but wow. Reese was telling me, look at that rear on red. That's a female. That's the one I'm looking at. But look at pink. She even has a front. Pretty crazy, man, not gonna lie. Very, 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 very consistent. As you can see, they all look the same size except for just a couple that are smaller. I have one smaller male and then two smaller females. But anyway, everybody else other than that, you know, they all look extremely similar in size. My favorite so far, I'm really, you know, I mean, I can't tell you one way or the other, but I think I like lime green a lot. That's kind of who I'm looking at. I see a front with him. I see a rear. Hold on. Him and Lilac are just in there. Hold on. You guys, chill out, my puppies. Look at that. Look at red. Look at that rear. I am, this, you know, this is, it's not that I've never had litters this nice, in the body, but I've never had litters this nice in the body with beautiful heads. That's what I haven't had. This is reminiscent of a Nirvana litter as far as the quality of the structure is concerned. Really fantastic structure. But the heads are something that, like I said, I mean, Nirvana has been throwing some decent heads, but these are very, 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 like those of you that have watched my video on Delirium, these are reminiscent of Derium heads, which is the correct head. There's lots of different kind of heads in the Corso, and especially like for certain lines, like, you know, Valley de Lord has their, you know, their heads, and so anyway, so as far as the heads, I mean, I've never produced the level of consistency that I see in here. I might throw a head or two, but look at turquoise. Look at that structure. That is fantastic structure. Look at that. Look at that front on that puppy. Look at the rear on that puppy. Wow, wow, wow. They all have it. They all look really... What are you doing? They all look really, really, really good. And so, I have to say, as far as an investment is concerned with Asia, I mean, she has definitely fulfilled her part of the bargain. She is really producing fantastic puppies, and you know, I'm very thankful to have her and to be able to produce this. The cool thing is that even though I used a stud that is still in Serbia, his name is Dragoslav. He's a full brother to a male that I own by the name of Don Juan. And Don Juan is a very, very big male and very, very beautiful male. He's brindle. He's got a great front. He's long in the body. He's got a great rear. And even his head is not bad. I mean, he's a very nice puppy. Look at, there's dark blue. And so, so anyway, if I ever wanted to repeat this breeding, I can for the most part, because I have this litter's sire's full brother. And so that's the cool thing, is that it's not impossible for me to recreate this again if I ever wanted to. So that's a happy thing. And I'm not gonna lie, like, really, Gray, I was questioning myself because the breeder who I bought Asia from, he had 2 sires available. One of them was a fawn male, and he looked to me like my Blondie stuff in the head, and so I wasn't a fan of his head. But he's a very young puppy, and, you know, he's only, I think, a year old, and so he could have, you know, heads can change. But for me, it was just not something I wanted to take a risk with. But he had a lot of bone, and I think he had a lot more bone and a lot more size over Dragoslav. Now, Dragoslav is not a small dog by any stretch of imagination, but I do think that fawn male just had kind of like Mad Mortigan size, you know what I mean? Just the width and all of it. He just had it all. And so, you know, I was really tempted. He sent me some video, but I stuck to my guns, and I was like, no, like, I was really, you know, just wanting to be mindful of what I have and what my program is working with. And I already knew that I have dogs that can have narrow eye set and they can have long muzzles. And I just knew that I didn't really want to take the risk with that because I already have a lot of it. And so I went ahead and I trusted my gut, and I went with Dragoslav, and I feel like it was the right decision to make, because these puppies are not at all lacking bone. They look fantastic. Asia has a lot of bone. In fact, if I would have used that other male, sorry, my alarm interrupted. If I would have used that other male, it's possible that I could have had overdone dogs. And what I mean by that is that sometimes, so like, I learned this back when I was breeding before, but basically, when it comes to breeding dogs, you have, and you'll even see it with people. There's tall, skinny people, and there's, you know, sometimes there's tall, big boned people, and then there's like short, you know, big boned people. And what I have found is if you take 2 tall, skinny dogs and you put them together, you're going to get a bunch of scrawny, skinny looking dogs. And if you take 2 really thick, heavy bone dogs, kind of short, heavy bone dogs, you're going to end up with overdone, super stocky, super short, super overdone, you know, can't really run, but they have a lot of bone, and they're impressive to like people who like bully dogs. But me, I like a balanced dog, right? And so I like to take, my favorite combination is to take a short, thick female, not like small, but, you know, like Nirvana, right? Nirvana is a stockier female. So I like to take a female like that and put them to a taller, lankier male, rather than keeping a really short, thick male and then putting it to a tall, narrow female. Like for me, I like the quote unquote childbearing hips of a thicker, wider female. So Asia has really fantastic bone. She is a shorter female. She's not short as in small, but as far as her lines are concerned, she's more like Nirvana. Very similar, in fact, to Nirvana. And so Dragoslav was a taller, leaner dog, like his brother, Don Juan. So I feel like I really made a good decision. It wasn't one that I, you know, really knew I was making. I was trying to make a good decision, but ultimately I feel like I got really lucky. And look at these dogs sleeping in their food bowl. They're so ridiculous. So I guess I'll let them go to bed. But and honestly, Reese should be, we just talked on the phone, and she said she was on her way home. So I got to get home. My daughter is over. She's hanging out over at Reese's parents' house. She starts school next week, and so she's just hanging out, enjoying her last free weekend and before school. And my son is home, probably hanging out with Bizu. So I'm looking forward to getting home and hanging out with Kimchi. So I'll let y'all go. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.